Muy buenas a todos, chicos y chicas, ¿qué tal estáis? Bienvenidos a un capítulo más del Let's Play de Greedfall. Y lo hemos dejado justamente por aquí. En la misión anterior, bueno, en el capítulo anterior, mejor dicho, llegamos a un punto en el que no podíamos avanzar más y tenemos que tomar un pequeño desvío, y es hacer varias misiones principales para que nos den una especie de favor y poder hablar con Glendan, el jefe de una aldea, y que nos hable sobre ese especie de dios antiguo, chungo, extraño, que parece ser que puede que sea el que ha creado la enfermedad de la Malicor, y que tiene pinta de que va a ser el jefe final del juego. Así que vamos a hablar con la señora Lorin de Morange para preguntarle sobre unas ruinas.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
Vale, preguntarle sobre las ruinas del campo de batalla.
What do you know about the ruins found to the northwest of here?
The site that the natives call Didakidnadagase.
That is not how we pronounce it, but yes, we are speaking of the same place.
Your language is difficult to master, but I find it fascinating. To answer your question, I had countless questions about the place when our explorers and scouts first brought back sketches. Intrigued, I went there. I noted the architecture and their decorations. It is certain that they bear a striking resemblance with continental constructions, but they are more ancient. Too old to have been recently built by the Bridge Alliance settlers when they first set foot on the island. I even questioned the natives, but they only spoke of a people of the sea. My first thoughts went to the Nauts, but they're not known for building large towns, less so cities. There are other ruins on a cliff to the east of here. Perhaps they hide the key to this mystery. I hoped to organize an expedition, but the region is dangerous and hard of access. We explored mines at the bottom of the cliff, but we were not able to find an access to the plateau. If the mystery of these ruins intrigues you as much as me, it is in that direction that you should begin to look for answers. Can I help you with any other matter?
Ok, ve a la mina de oro que indicó la señora Morange. Pues nada, vamos a la casa de Desardet y desde allí viajamos, que es más rápido. Que básicamente por aquí. De hecho, este sitio ya lo exploré entero. Ah, no, esto no. Cuando avancemos. Ahora veréis.
Up there. This is Deidre, the ruins Lady Morange told us about.
Sí, sí.
I do not know how to get there. The path collapsed.
Some of the tunnels in the mine may lead to it. We should go there.
According to Lady Morange's instructions, the ruins should be in this area.
De hecho, mirad, la he explorado toda, solo me queda esto por ver. Y ya entré en las ruinas incluso. Las exploré y todo. Así que ya tengo cómo pasar, seguro. Porque estuve mirando cuando estaba fuera de cámara, explorando y demás. Dije, uff, esto a lo mejor va a ser fijo. Esa está bugueada, ya se ha desbugueado. Dije, uff, esto va a ser fijo algo en plan de misión principal, seguro, porque si no, no podemos pasar. Y tiene pinta de que sí. Espérate, a ver si podemos hablar con alguno de aquí. ¿Con esta a lo mejor?
Good day. What can I do for you?
Sobre las ruinas.
What can you tell me about the ruins on the plateau?
You aren't the first to ask me about them, but the answer is still the same. I've nothing to tell you. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I've never been there. There must have been a path once upon a time, but it's no longer there. Maybe it collapsed. Some say that you have to pass through the mines to get there. A few of the tunnels do climb. It's certainly possible, I would say. But those tunnels are all closed, and we have better things to do. The iron ore, it doesn't come out of the ground by itself. Do you need anything else?
Sobre las
Talk
minas.
to me about the mines.
It wasn't us that first dug them out. They're really old. centuries old. But those tunnels are full of riches. It takes little effort to unearth the minerals that we want. What more could we ask for? Seeing as how there aren't that many of us, if we were pressed to mine all the tunnels, we'd be too few. But the time will come when folks hear about what we're pulling from these rocks. We won't be alone for much longer.
Encuentra un pasaje hacia la meseta del interior de la mina. Sé cuál va a ser el pasaje. De hecho, tengo ya hasta el objeto clave hecho. Y tengo dos, y lo tengo por dos. Porque me equivoqué haciendo una cosa de artesanía. Es que yo ya he entrado aquí, tío. Y claro, yo al explorarlas dije, uff, no se puede pasar por aquí, que es raro. Mirad. ¿Veis que lo tengo explorado ya? Y lo sabía, tío. Aquí se puede acceder ya por fin. Pero todo esto ya lo exploré. Ah, pero esto ahora está abierto. Esto antes estaba cerrado, ¿eh? Te digo, esto antes estaba cerrado. Hostia, tú. Pero espérate. Si he hecho esto aquí, entonces... Momento. Esto ya... Mira, ¿ves? Ahora me deja, tío.
There, the gate is open.
Ala.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go. Let's see if we can ward off this fate.
Ala, chaval. Aquí no hay nada. Madre mía. A ver por aquí. Anda. Mesita de trabajo. A ver.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Vamos. Fuera de aquí. Para arriba. Claro, y ahora salimos de aquí, tío. Ruinas de Didri. Aquí están. Claro, y aquí hay un campamento, que es el campamento que me faltaba de aquí. Porque yo estaba en plan, tío, que me falta un campamento. ¿Dónde coño está? Y estaba aquí, tío. Mira dónde estaba.
Finally, here we are. These are the ruins that Lady Lorraine spoke to us about.
I'll drown myself with the morning tide if these buildings are of native construction.
Explore the area. Something may give away the identity of the architects.
Vale, exploremos. Coño, ¿y ese bicho?
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go.
Ah, ya me enfrenté a este. En una misión secundaria, me parece. Sí, sí, ya me enfrenté a este bicho. Casal, coño. Hala. Hasta luego. Nivel 23. ¡Ole! Pues un puntito me va a faltar para coger la guadaña. ¿Y dónde puedo registrar yo esto? ¡Coño! Es un arma blanca de una mano, ¿eh? Puede llevarla. 52. Es que esta tiene una mierda, tío. Se la voy a dar a ella. No hay nada para registrar aquí, de verdad. Es que me pone que es por aquí, pero no veo nada, tío. No veo nada. Aparte del bicho que casi me mata. Vale. Yo aquí no veo una puta... Diario viejo y casi ilegible. Se está volviendo imposible mantener nuestra posición en esta isla. A pesar de nuestros esfuerzos y las muchas batallas que hemos ganado, estamos perdiendo cada vez más terreno. Estos salvajes son contrincantes formidables. Las raíces parecen obedecerlos y les ayudan a unas criaturas gigantescas que no he visto nunca antes. Las criaturas se están acercando y somos incapaces de enfrentarnos a ellas. Los señores ya se están preparando para embarcar en los barcos que los nautas han dejado cerca de donde nos encontramos. Como esperaba, han dicho que no habrá sitio para todos. Vamos a morir aquí, pisoteados por algún monstruo gigante lleno de rabia. Maldita sea la princesa y su ambición.
This journal confirms what we suspected. A continental nation had once attempted to colonize the island with the help of the Nords, and they were repulsed. From what I was able to decipher, few of them actually managed to escape.
I should have known as soon as we discovered those ruins that we were not foreign to these lands.
The major part of the journal has faded, and I'm not able to decipher the name of the author. Let's continue our search. We must discover which nation was here.
Ok. Joder, macho, es que te quedas atascado en un sitio invisible, en serio, tío. Madre mía. Venga, bichos. Vale, tiene que estar por aquí. Algo debe haber aquí. Dios mío. Perdón, es que estoy escuchando porrazos y no sé si es música. Dejadme un momentito, por favor. Un segundo, ¿vale? Un segundito, un segundito. Vale, chicos, pues no parece música de la calle. Estaba sintiendo unos porrazos súper raros, que estaba temblando hasta el suelo, os lo juro, ¿eh? Hostia, me he quedado súper rayado, tío. Hostias, el vecino ya está dando por culo, tío. No puede quedarse quietecito. ¡Ajá! Sello antiguo. Este sello olvidado de las ruinas de Didri Porta el escudo de armas de la congregación.
This seal. I know the insignia, even if it has become more detailed in recent decades. It's hard to believe my eyes.
What nation does it belong to?
This is the ancient coat of arms of Serene. It's a congregation seal. I think the information is pointing to something clear. No possible doubt remains. All the clues point in the same direction. The people from the sea who built these ruins and confronted the natives, they were us.
It's difficult to admit. And to think that I turn to you to help us against the Bridge Alliance. I do not judge you guilty of the crimes of your ancestors. But this story is known.
I know. This will not help our relations with your people, that is certain.
And to think we helped you. I'm having trouble dealing with this, even if it does explain a lot. We're gonna have to keep this story under lock and key. The natives are not gonna swallow it easily without a long chew.
This must be the reason they kept us in the dark. Constantine is going to be furious when he learns this.
Informa de tu descubrimiento a Constantine. Pues nada. ¿No había una tercera? ¿Por aquí arriba? Voy a buscarlo. ¿No habría una tercera prueba aquí arriba? Mira, aquí. Llave vieja y oxidada. Llave vieja y oxidada. ¡Ah, vale! Para el cofre que hemos abierto. Claro, porque hacía falta solamente... Claro, nosotros tenemos ya forzar cerraduras nivel 2. Y es lo que hacía falta. Un nivel 2. Vale. Ahora lo pillo. Pues nada. Hay que llevar... Hay que decirle esto a Constantine. Literalmente. Vale, un momentito. Sí, es que tengo que informar a Constantine. Es que no queda otra. Digo, a lo mejor tengo que hacer otra cosa, pero no. Tengo que informar a Constantine de esto. Ha sido cortilla.
Cousin! You have returned. How did things go?
Oh, you don't look well. What's happened here?
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad in any case.
¿Verdad? ¿Tiene como ojeras?
Eaten something that's having trouble going through me.
Seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepares your meals? Are they safe?
No one is poisoning me, dear cousin. We are far from court and their customs. It's nothing. Take my word for it. Now then, what do you have to tell me?
We had a talk with Lady Morange and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the Congregation of Merchants.
The congregation? Us? But Father never once even hinted. Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy to know the secret. How he must despise me.
Constantine.
We need to learn more. I want to understand. I need to know everything my father has kept from me. This question also concerns you. You look too much like a native for that to be a coincidence. Since we cannot bombard my father with questions, others here must give us the answers we require. The congregation, even in the past, could not have made it to this island without help. We are pitiful sailors.
You were thinking of us. But I assure you that I know nothing of this story.
You are perhaps simply not aware, but your admiral stationed at the captainry surely is. Go and find her, cousin. Try to learn the final chapter of this story.
Very well.
Anything else?
No.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
El secreto del príncipe. Vale. Esto pinta chungo, Esto pinta chungo, el secreto del príncipe. Llevo una ropa nauta porque si influye... Eso es de los nautas, ¿verdad? Creo que sí que era de los nautas esto. Es que si implica a los nautas, quiero básicamente tener algo para poder usar. Por si me tengo que infiltrar en algún sitio o algo. De los nautas. Vale, a ver el almirante Cabral.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
I've explored many ruins on this island, ruins that after careful scrutiny were built by the congregation. In one of them we found a journal that made reference to your guild. This document, as are the buildings, date much further back than the arrival of the Bridge Alliance a decade ago. These discoveries raise a good many questions, questions that my cousin would like you to answer.
I understand. All the same, we are in a difficult situation. We are bound by the pact. I could eventually overlook these engagements if you would perform a service. Commander Fernando, who holds the port of San Mateus, has problems with certain members of Teleme. The bishop that accompanies you on occasion could without a doubt tell you more.
I won't hesitate to speak to him about it.
Solve these problems, and I will reconsider the validity of the pact. I will answer your questions. Anything else?
Joder, vale.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Pues, a ver. Vamos a hacer un viajecito rápido. Hay que hablar con Petrus. ¿Dónde está Petrus? Aquí.
My dear child, what can I do for you?
Preguntarle por los problemas de los nautas en San Mateus.
I had a meeting with Admiral
Joder,
Cabral
otra vez el bug
concerning what we
este.
found in those ruins. She said she was bound by a pact that kept her from answering questions on the subject.
The Nauts are nothing more than mercenaries of the oceans. I suppose that she wants something in exchange.
Effectively. She told me that her men posted at San Mateus met with some problems, and she advised me to speak to you. Does that make sense?
I believe I see what the Admiral is speaking about. Or rather, who. A few of our zealous brothers are overcome by their faith. You already witnessed it for yourself at San Mateus. They look with a wary eye at all those who do not swear faith to Teleme, and refuse to express their faith openly.
Yeah.
It is possible they have decided to target the Nauts.
Ah.
We will need to speak with those on Teleme lands. And of course, seek out the Bishop Domitius.
Domitius. Ok, muchas gracias.
Take care, my child.
Vale. A San Mateo. Interroga al obispo de mí, interroga al comandante. Bueno, también podemos hablar con Fernando. Quería mirar, tío, digo, hostia, con los nautas los tengo sospechosos, Ojito, por si acaso, me voy a poner ya. Un momentito, porfa. Vale. Me voy a poner ya lo de los nautas, por si acaso. Por si acaso. Vale, parece que tenemos que atravesar esto por aquí. Vale, de frente. Yo me pongo ya la ropa de los nautas, por si acaso hay que infiltrarse en algún sitio con nautas. Ah, que está aquí dentro, vale.
Hello, sir. You are from the congregation, are you not?
Indeed. De Sardet. Your admiral has sent me here.
Pleasure. You may call me Fernando.
Fernando.
I am the port commander here. What might I do for you?
Puedes preguntar por los extremistas.
Your admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Teleme. What more can you tell me?
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared. And I do not believe in coincidence. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte, and investigations even less so. Find my men. I implore you. More questions?
No.
Thanks. I've got everything I need.
Fernando and the Admiral are close. When she was captain, he was her chief mate. She trusts him completely. That's why she put him in charge of the management of the port of San Mateus.
We should talk to some other sailors at the port. If some of their comrades have also disappeared, they may be able to give us some information.
Y lo que ahora voy a hacer va a ser interrogar al tonto este. Al Domitius. Oh shit. Hay que salir por aquí. Parece que está en el palacio este. Básicamente es por recabar información todo lo posible para hacer bien la misión, ¿sabes? Está arriba. Ah, está al lado de esta.
What do you want from me, my son?
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the congregation.
Ah. The congregation still has the uncanny gift of surprising us. I am Bishop Domitius. I represent the Ordo Luminous on the island. What can I do for you?
I believe you have a few problems with the Nauts who reside in the port.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my son. And of course the pagan Nauts would be among them. They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep to themselves under cloak of mystery. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings, we suspect them to be at the origin of the Malachor.
Whatever do you mean? How?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the blood plague? Why are they spared? The only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various cursed rituals. It's as simple as day.
I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in the stockhouses in the port.
What a nest of absurdities.
What other reaction would you expect from those responsible for the curse that afflicts us?
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
Investiga los secretos de los nautas que mencionó Domitius. Marcharme. Ok. La guía ¿cuál para la historia? ¿Cuál viene bien? Secretos de los nautas. Vale, esto, de hecho. Que investiguemos primero el secreto. Vale. Primero los secretos. ¿Dónde está esto? Vale, por aquí. En Capitanía. Donde hemos estado antes, vaya. A ver si con la ropa de nauta no nos dicen nada. What? Da fuck. Otro camino. Por aquí a lo mejor. Hola, buenas tardes. Tiene pinta de que sí. Hello da. Ah, no, creo que primero tengo que hablar con él, ¿no? Excusez-moi. Creo que a lo mejor primero tengo que hablar con él y luego infiltrarme, ¿no? Porque es que no... Yo pensaba que era infiltrándome para descubrir los secretos, pero parece que no.
Good day, Desade. How can I help you?
I met the representative of the Ordo Luminis, and he spoke of his fears concerning the Nauts.
That hardly surprises me. That man is full of pride and arrogance, and sees evil wherever he gazes.
And that bishop is not made of milk and kindness, but his questions are intriguing. He suspects you to be somehow responsible for the Malachor because you never fall prey to it.
Responsible for the Malachor? And how?
Through your magic. Some sort of ritual. Do you use a magic very similar to that of the natives?
I have nothing more to say about it. Those are merely the fantasies of a lunatic. More questions?
Thanks.
Vale.
I've got everything I need. The commander will probably not tell us anything more about the Naut's secrets, but the documents at the Harbor Master's office may teach us something new, if we can stay discreet.
Seamos discretos entonces. Hola, soy un nauta. Vale, ahora para arriba. Hola, buenas tardes. Buenos días. Ahora, discreción, ¿eh? Órdenes de la Capitanía. A los nautas a cargo de vigilar los almacenes. Es de vital importancia que se duplique el número de guardias que patrullan por los almacenes más susceptibles. Hemos detectado inquisidores disfrazados en la zona. Deben de estar intentando entrar. Manteneos alerta y aseguraos de no dejar pasar a nadie a los almacenes. Solo pueden entrar los nautas. Hay que proteger nuestros secretos a toda costa. Joder, pues... ¿qué queréis que os diga? ¿Vuestra seguridad es una mierda?
This note speaks of a secret hangar. We should investigate. even though it's sure to be well guarded. That way we'll know exactly what the Naughts are hiding from us.
I can assure you we're not hiding anything reprehensible. But if you absolutely want to check it out for yourself...
Vale, pues nada. Hay que pirarse de aquí. Permiso. Alejo. Aquí. ¿No? A ver qué me dice la guía. Vale, es que tengo que entrar en el andén, en el almacén. Es decir, aquí, en el almacén de... A ver si no me dicen nada. Tiene mucha pinta de que no. Vale, justo aquí. Hola, buenas tardes. Soy Nauta. Registra el hangar. A ver qué hay. Anda, mira.
And that. It looks like a thermometer. And this other machine. Does it really predict the weather?
The second instrument is a barometer, and it does indeed predict where the weather is going to be. Nothing magic in it either, I can tell you that.
These machines are extremely complex. I've never seen anything like this. Oh. This one looks like it has a shouting dolphin etched into its side.
I wouldn't begin to know how this one works. It's a new model, invented recently. It's designed to measure the depths of the oceans.
Ah, la
It's
profundidad.
extremely useful.
¿Algo más? ¿No hay nada más? Sí, aquí. Notas del almirante. Le ruego que deje el grito de delfín del tridente tan pronto como sea posible. Además, asegúrese de reemplazar el barómetro. El que hay a bordo no es tan preciso como debería. La tripulación no fue capaz de evitar la tempestad a tiempo, lo que nos costó una vela. Sí, sea discreto, el inquisidor nos está vigilando. Almirante Cabral.
I've already seen this type of engine in my uncle's court. It's used to spy upon the stars.
These objects are called sextants.
Claro.
Looking at the heavens through them, we can determine and track precisely the course of our ships.
Nothing magic nor impure therein. They're nothing but measuring instruments. These instruments are incredible, and I would be hard-pressed to use them. But I certainly see nothing magic in here. Nor anything diabolical. For as long as they work and are really used, these instruments seem to be the product of science. And I've definitely found nothing related to the Malachor, nor a secret sect or cult. This Domitius has let his imagination and the taste of Naught's secrets get the best of him.
I don't think you realize the importance of what you have just seen. These instruments allow us to dominate the oceans and discover new worlds. Keeping this secret has enabled us to remain the only ones capable of navigating the high seas.
Everyone just thinks you use a magic of your own.
We were the ones that spread that rumor. It harms our reputation, but protects us from competition.
And this story about the Malachor?
I have no way to explain why we don't catch it, but we're not responsible for it. I truly hope you'll reveal nothing of what you've discovered.
No, tranquilos. Vale. Pues ahora falta la desaparición. Ahora hay que investigar la desaparición de los nautas.
The Ordo Luminous was completely wrong. We must find these missing Naughts.
¿Y por dónde salgo ahora? ¿Por allí? Tiene pinta de que sí. Vale, uff, menos mal, me dejan pasar. Vale, hop. ¡Ey! ¿No sube? Bueno, pues nada. Es que dice, investiga. Es que no veo nada, tío. ¿Puede que preguntando?
Good day. I'm looking for several
¿Es
sailors,
posible?
some naughts that disappeared a few days ago.
Sorry, that doesn't ring any bells. But I did hear talk like everyone else on the port, but that's all. You should ask the mage inquisitors who have taken up lodgings here of late. They must have certainly seen something. We see them everywhere, and they spend their time spying on all that moves, especially eyeing all that the Knots are up to.
And what do these mage inquisitors look like?
They wear a very peculiar symbol.
We cannot question all the inquisitors roaming around the island, especially considering what we've learned from Domitius. They must be doing everything in their power to discover the Knots' secrets.
Joder, macho, nadie quiere hablar.
Good day. I'm looking for two men, Knots, that went missing a few days ago. Do you know anything about them?
Why? As a matter of fact, I do. 3 or 4 days ago, I was at the tavern having a conversation with a sailor. A nice fellow. He was telling these stories. He was drinking hard. He went outside for a moment to... you can imagine. And well, he never came back. He wasn't that drunk to have passed out. If it were that, we would have found him. No. Something happened to him. That's a fact. But I would be at a loss to tell you what.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that is where we should go.
Para la taberna.
If we find inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here.
Yo no me voy a quitar todavía el traje de los nautas, No vaya a ser que tenga que ponérmelo y la liemos. Por aquí. Bueno, yo creo que ahora mismo me la puedo cambiar, ¿verdad? Sí, de momento sí.
We're approaching the tavern. If we want to eavesdrop. You again. Why am I not surprised to see you implicated in this story of surveillance?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A witness told me that you and others of your order seem to be spying on all comings and goings in the port. 2 Naughts were captured not long ago. You had to have seen something.
You are mistaken, my son. You've been misinformed.
Recurrir a la jerarquía eclesiástica.
You know I have Mother Cardinal's ear. Is she aware of your initiatives?
I do not appreciate this attempt at intimidation. But very well. Since you insist. These Naughts were arrested. We were forced to interrogate them to bring to light their pagan rituals.
It wasn't a sanctioned arrest, was it?
No. The Mother Cardinal is
Todavía.
not aware. Not yet. But as soon as we have succeeded in making them talk and they have confessed their heresy, she...
Of course. Where did you take them?
The Coin Guard has lent us their jails and some men. We do not normally like to call upon the services of these brutes, but we have need of their skills and discretion.
These Inquisitors really don't realize the consequences of their actions. We will have to proceed with caution.
Vale. Libera a los nautas cautivos. Hay que bajar. Sí. Hasta luego. Vale, por aquí. Abre. Y ahora por aquí. Y aquí. Buenas tardes.
Halt! You have no authority to go any further.
And if I gave you this, so that you might go and have a little fun?
In that case, I could certainly look.
El soborno siempre funciona.
For a while, but be discreet.
Aquí.
Thank you. Thank you for getting us out of there.
Those Inquisitors are completely mad. They tortured us. They wanted us to admit to all manner of horrors. Stories of some demonic cult and curses of Malachor. I was of the firm belief that they were going to kill us. But you must make haste. They are planning some sort of wickedness.
They spoke of a great purification. And after that, they did this to us. It doesn't bode well. Not at all. I heard them talking about their headquarters near the palace. Maybe you'll learn something there of interest. Thank you again for freeing us. We'll be able to make it back to port on our own.
We need to discover what is behind this talk of purification before they can execute their plan. Taking into consideration what we learned in the warehouse, it will not be difficult to convince the Mother Cardinal to intervene.
Vale, si este es el plan, para adelante, amigo. A llevarlo a cabo. A ver, que yo no sé dónde vive. Justamente ahí. Justamente ahí. Vale, por aquí parece que vamos bien. Estamos al lado. Coño, ya me he vuelto a equivocar. Hay que entrar por aquí y luego tirar para arriba. Que no te enteras, Drava, tío, no te enteras. Vale, encuentra pruebas. Ah, sí, creo que ya aquí estuve y todo. No sé si era fuera de cámara. ¡Coño! Buenas tardes. Toma fe. ¿Está? Aquí. Mensaje del inquisidor obispo Domitius. La purificación de los nautas empezará tan pronto como confiesen los que tenemos en las cárceles. Entonces tendremos pruebas suficientes para convencer a la Madre Cardenal de que nos deje actuar. Ya es hora de que eliminemos a estos herejes a los que hemos dejado circular libremente por nuestras ciudades. Hasta entonces seremos discretos. Nos encontraríamos en una situación delicada de ser descubierto nuestro plan demasiado pronto.
We must meet with the Mother Cardinal urgently. Only she can put an end to this madness.
Pues nada, ahora nos vamos a hablar con la cardenal, la más tocha de aquí. Que manda huevos, pero bueno. Las vueltas que estamos dando. Aunque yo creo que ya le queda poco a la misión, me parece a mí, ¿eh?
Yes? I would like to have an audience with the Mother Cardinal to discuss the discoveries made during our investigation.
What is this about, Domitius?
Well, I don't rightly know.
I caught wind of a ridiculous scheme planned for the port by the Ordo Luminis, and I wanted to clear it up. I was able to get my hand on documents that effectively detailed an attack. A great purification. They were signed by you, Father, and included a contract where you enlisted the assistance of the Coin Guard to attack every Naught building and make prisoner of every one of their men that could be taken alive.
Domitius, how could you? Whatever did you want to accomplish?
The Naughts are not believers. We should not be dependent on heretics.
Ahora nos trata de herejes, hijo de puta.
We are on an island. How could we not be dependent on the Naughts? I want them arrested. Him and
Jódete.
every member of his order. I will decide at a later time their fate. I thank you for bringing this business to my attention. Going after the Naughts. What madness. Without you, this city would now be drowning in chaos. Carry my best wishes to your cousin. His desire to maintain the peace on the island honors his house's reputation.
I will tell him, Your Eminence. Until we meet again.
Informa al almirante Cabral sobre tu situación. Ok, pues parece que sí, estamos terminando esta misión ya. Lo cual me alegra porque básicamente llevamos ya casi 52 minutos. ¿O llevamos 53? Casi 52, sí. Así que vamos a ir a nuestra casita. Vamos a viajar a ver al almirante Cabral. Y supongo que ahí es donde terminará la misión. Aunque no entiendo hasta dónde tengo yo que hacer misiones principales para que me den el sello para hablar con Gerdral. La verdad. Ey. Barrio del Puerto. Menos mal que es instantáneo esto, ¿eh? Menos mal que es instantáneo. Espérate. Vale, vale, vale. Vale. Ok, ala.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Pues el conflicto, que ya lo he
I've settled
resuelto.
the problem in San Mateos. Several of your men were imprisoned by the Ordo Luminis. The misguided brothers planned to attack the port. I had them arrested. They should no longer be a threat to you. The Order thought you to be heretics because of your tradition of secrecy.
The secrets. They often cut both ways. Therefore, I'm going to reveal to you another. We discovered this island.
Hace casi 200 años.
A
Ajá.
few decades later, we sold the discovery to your nation of merchants.
Anda.
Then, our closest allies, we transported some lords, men and merchandise. They began to colonize the island. The lords revealed themselves to possess a tyrannical nature and began to exploit the lands with a deadly passion. Their actions provoked a revolt of the natives, but also the very workers and craftsmen.
Claro, todos se rebelaron contra ellos.
The magic of the natives of Tir-Fadi was awoken. Beasts came out of the woods and destroyed the new cities. Only a handful of lords and armed men were able to make it back to our ships. The losses were enormous. The humiliation, devastating. Your princes paid us well to keep their secret. They continued to make the occasional expedition. You are, in fact, a product of one of them.
What are you saying?
You must have had your doubts. You are the child of a native. You were born on one of our ships.
The child of an islander. But I know who my mother is, and
I understand how difficult this is to hear.
Somos
And I
adoptados.
don't know why your family has kept this from you all this time. In the end, we decided to sell the secret location of the island to other nations. The congregation, in spite of its fears, could not keep away.
Flipas, ¿eh?
And here you are again. I am sorry for the shock I have caused you. You asked me for the truth, and now you have it. Anything else?
No, nada más.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral. I can't believe it. That for all this time, I've been fed lies. Did Constantine know? I must go and see him.
I understand you may be sad because you were lied to. But do not be sad about who you are. We are a proud people. And I am glad to know that you are one of us.
Sí, pero criado en otro sitio. Vamos a la residencia de Sardet, en plan mega ultra rápido, para así no tenernos que comernos todo el barrio. Y a hablar con Constantine. Supongo que al hablar con él completaremos la misión y podremos dar por finalizado este vídeo. Voy a 2 misiones por vídeo,
Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters, like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see. I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I so hate their little knives.
And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black.
¿Sangre negra?
Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me. Constantine, stay with me, Constantine. There is a
La Malicor.
an error. It might be something else.
I'm going to die.
No, Constantine.
La sangre negra es...
Like your mother?
Sí.
And the others on the continent. I'm
Hostia, tú tienes la Malicor.
I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want...
Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order.
Thank you, cousin.
There now.
Joder, el vecino está pegando unos porrazos que no entiendo por qué, tío.
I don't know. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm going to find a cure, I promise you.
Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one.
Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore.
I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here?
It can wait. It's nothing that can't be
Hostia,
done.
claro, como para decirle ahora, oye, escúchame, que yo no soy tu primo.
Whatever it is, it will
Soy
take my
adoptado.
mind elsewhere.
I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat and paid the Nauts to keep the secret.
That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me.
That's not the most shocking part of the story, believe me.
What do you mean?
The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother came from the island and was brought back. I was born on one of their ships.
What? But... that means you are not...
Your dear cousin? No. All the lies we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told that I'm the spitting image of my dead father lost during an expedition. God, I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me?
I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my dear.
Ole, mi Constantine
You
ahí.
have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day.
Los secretos del príncipe. Kurt?
Kurt, what is...
Dismissed, soldiers! Leave us. We have much to say.
What is going on? I don't appreciate this attitude, Kurt. Must I remind you that these men all answer to
¿Qué
me?
coño le pasa a este ahora?
Change, Your Highness. Or rather, they're about to do so.
Is that a threat? What are you hoping to accomplish? Don't tell...
Silence! We have little time, and none to lose.
Kurt, what are you talking about?
The commander of the Coin Guard is here in New Serene at this very moment. He's preparing a coup
Hostia.
d'etat. In the 3 cities of the island, our men are going to eliminate the governors and their entourage.
This is madness. How?
How? You'll go down as easy as plum pie and cherry wine. Standing behind every one of you is one of our men. You have entrusted us with your security. You are completely at our mercy.
Then why did you send your men away? And why are you telling us all of this?
I've known you both for a very long time. Too long. I've come to know you. To respect you. And I've never reneged on a contract. These orders go against all that I am. A cold-hearted mercenary, definitely, but never a traitor. And so
No me esperaba esta escena, eh.
You must take action.
Thank you, Kurt. I'll not forget this. Constantine, we need to get you to safety as well as your counselors.
But I want to...
What? Take part? You can barely stand up. No, we must take you into the cellar.
If I've completely understood what you've said, Kurt, the governors of our cities are also in danger.
Yes. If you want to keep your allies, Your Highness, you also need to warn them.
Correct. We cannot let them fall into the hands of these traitors.
I will find the means to send them a messenger. Do you know where to find your conspirators?
It would seem I should be one of them. They are counting on me to eliminate both of you. The most urgent matter is to get our hands on the commander and his 3 lieutenants. The others are doing nothing but following orders. If we cut off their heads, they will fall into rank.
I always knew you were a good man.
Don't make me change my mind. We'd better be off. Now.
Joder, vale, chicos, vamos a dejar justamente en esta misma pantalla el capítulo de hoy, ¿vale? Así que en el siguiente capítulo continuaremos desde esta misma misión. Así que muchísimas gracias por haber visto este vídeo. Dadle like si os ha gustado, dislike si no. Y ya sabéis, si queréis apoyar esta serie y queréis apoyar el canal, tan solo tenéis que darle like a los vídeos, suscribiros, compartid, comentad y activad la campanita de la suscripción para que YouTube os avise de cuando subo un nuevo vídeo. Así que nada más, un saludito a todos y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo de Greedfall. Hasta otra, zagales.